everybody. Thank you for coming back again to join me at Journals and Such by Kathy. I'm Kathy, and I want to show you what I've been up to. Now I know the first thing you might be thinking is, Kathy, why do you have trash on your desk? Oh, you. So what I'm going to show you it's not new, it's not earth-shattering, but I'm just basically sharing what I've done and what I've created with you. So, of course, this is a box, one of the beautiful cardboard boxes that we all love in our journaling adventure. I really like these Healthy Choice boxes because they're thin, but they have at least some stiffness to them. And on the back, it's just white. So you don't have the craft paper color. I am not one that does a lot of inking and stuff in my adventures. I prefer things to look a little bit cleaner, a little bit newer. I feel like inking makes things look dirty, and I know that's obviously the point of them, is to make it look antiqued and that kind of thing, but I don't care for that. But so I like using the white of these. So what I did one night is I just took a stack of these boxes and made myself some tags. So I used those and some beautiful sheet music. I believe it was The Nutcracker was the book that these came from. And I just sat one night and I made myself, I think I counted about 125 tags. So I've got plenty here to keep myself busy. And like, I only covered one side in the sheet paper, or the sheet music, so that if there's some journaling you want to do on this side, if there's some doodling, whatever, you can still do it on the back. And if you want to ink it later, you can. But these are then basically, I made myself some blanks. And then I went through, as we all like to do, and just start looking at all of the fun treasures that we have in our stashes. And I've got the ribbon, this from the chini rugs that we were all taking apart a couple months ago. So I have got a bucket of those, all different colors and all that kind of stuff. Super fun. And then I started looking, at the ribbons that I got particularly at Joann's a couple months ago. And got this, it's like a rose gold color on those buttons there. And then I haven't used that one yet, but so I just started pulling stuff out from, wherever it happened to be. I got this like lace one too, and just started, putting stuff together. And that's what I want to do, is just kind of share what I've been doing. I actually did all these in a craft with me format, but my camera wasn't on. So unfortunately, we don't get to craft together, but I can show you what I've been doing and maybe inspire somebody out there. So these little bluebirds came from an Etsy shop, and I will put the name in the description box. But just and they look like porcelain. But basically all I did was, of course, I got that sheet music on there, and this is just printed on just normal printer paper, nothing special, and just some ribbon and some of that other fabric, and my little bird there, and a ribbon. This one I liked. This one, I don't have a ribbon up here yet, but I actually made a nest for the bird on that. I just thought that was really kind of cute. And that one, I put a little bit of green behind him to help him stick out a little bit. I liked, I don't know how well you can see that. It says "Life is Beautiful." We got this little frog here checking out the dragonfly. And then underneath, I made this so it could be like a little tuck spot underneath that. But also, if you pull it up, it's got another little surprise. I'm not sure if I'm going to put ribbon on him at all, if it's going to go up here and kind of crowd out that dragonfly, or if I'll put it over to the side, or just leave it as it is. But for right now, and I like doing where there's some elements that kind of like come off the page a little bit, because see, that's not, perfectly glued on there, and it's just a little bit off the edge. You can see I started doing it so that it would be on the other side too, and I decided not to. This one, I like the simplicity of it. Orange is one of my favorite colors. And so I just have this sentiment down here. It says, "Life is sweet," with the matching ribbon up here. This one, I'm not really sure about keeping that. It's more of a melon color on that ribbon than I thought it was. But the melon, callas are my favorite flower. I've got, I don't know, 3 or 4 different colors out front in my house right now. But again, this is not all completely glued down. There is some movement, so you can play with it a little bit more if you wanted to. And some of these, like this one, I went ahead and I put the the metal eyelet in there, and some of them I did not, just depending on how I felt at the time. This butterfly, you can, put something in there if you wanted to, something under here. It is tacked down, but again, just white on the back. I like this one too. It just says, "Take it easy." Just a little bird hanging out, doing little bird things. This one, I like this one just because it's simple. It's just a couple of daisies. I've got a moth down here. And I don't know if you can tell, there's a shimmer. Oops, sorry. There's a shimmer on that ribbon. I just really like the simplicity of that one. And I think this is the last one. And it just says, "Let's get away." And again, there's that shimmer ribbon. Again, just another really simple one. Sometimes I do get carried away, like, with the one that I made the little nest for, because obviously you need to kind of take into account how that's going to lay on a journal page. If you're going to have like a really thick journal, it'll work, but if it's like you're going along and everything is kind of flat and then you try to stick this guy in there, it may not work very well. I've been kind of trying to figure out how to incorporate these glitter butterflies. I haven't come up with anything yet, but that, it shouldn't be too difficult once I start putting some thought into it. I like that. I like how the gold and the green, and that green actually has some gold in it. So maybe something along that way. But yeah, so that's what I've been up to. I do have the new paper magazines I'm going to be doing a walkthrough shortly. Some of the stickers, actually all of the stickers that I used on this, were in this book. And I did do a flip through of this, and I'll put that up here, the card, I'll put that up there. And so that would have been, like I said, all the stickers. This guy, these ones, that bird, the dragonfly here, the butterflies underneath there, that one. Yeah, I think that was it. And then the sentiments were in it was a Park Lane ephemera pack, and I just separated all of them. And just going through, putting a sticker on there, getting some corresponding ribbon and a sentiment. It's just, one of those crafties that you can do when you've got just a few minutes to sit down and not think, or think a little bit. But, hopefully next time I do something like this, I will make sure that my camera is on so that we can craft together a little bit. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.